Sounds. And Silent Witness is on BBC iPlayer if you fancy a forensic free fall this Sunday. Press red now.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
It's always nice to win.
And will, to the best of my ability,
Make America great again.
preserve, protect, and defend.
I raised my right arm and started shouting, fight, fight, fight.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
Join us tomorrow for live coverage of President Trump's inauguration on BBC News from midday, with a special programme from 3:30 on BBC One and on iPlayer.
This week, we join Christians from over 50 church traditions, celebrating what brings us together. Do join me later.
Now the lunchtime news on BBC One with Martin Croxall in the studio and Anna Foster in Tel Aviv.
Good afternoon from Tel Aviv.
Now, there is plenty more, of course, on the BBC News website, including a live page which is following all of those developments for that about that long-awaited ceasefire in Gaza. The next news on BBC One is at 5:35. Bye for now.
Hello. It looks like our weather is probably going to turn quite stormy by the end of the week, but before we get there, there's not much wind around at the moment, not much changing with our weather either. For most, it's another grey and drab kind of day, cold as well. But just like yesterday, we have got some sunshine, and again, it's parked across northern areas of Scotland where there is a decent cloud break. Otherwise, cloud breaks are pretty hard to find in this latest satellite picture. For most of us, we're just stuck underneath that area of cloud. 2 or 3 degrees across parts of eastern England. There'll be parts of northern England that stay below freezing. The mildest weather for Northern Ireland and western Scotland, where temperatures reach about 10 degrees in the mildest spots. Overnight tonight, well, the cloud will tend to thicken at times to give some areas of rain or drizzle in 1 or 2 spots. A few mist and fog patches are possible, and where we do see cloud break, yes, you could see an odd nip of frost. So I suppose there could be a few ice surfaces around tomorrow. Next couple of days, dominated by this weak area of low pressure that just pushes weather fronts slowly southwards across the country. They'll introduce some slightly thicker areas of cloud, and so there'll be a few more areas that will see bits and pieces of rain, but nothing heavy, just some damp weather here and there. At the same time, probably a few more breaks pushing into Northern Ireland tomorrow. You might find a few brighter spells heading into the southwest as well. Temperatures coming up by an odd degree, but the mildest weather continues to run into Northern Ireland and West Scotland. Tuesday is another quiet weather day. Again, there will be a few areas of rain pushing southwards, nothing particularly heavy. Perhaps some brighter spells pushing across parts of England and Wales at this time. And temperatures reaching around 5 or 6 for England and Wales. Still the mildest weather conditions further northwards. For Wednesday, still not much wind around. So again, no huge changes in the weather pattern. Expect a lot of cloud around. A few bits and pieces of rain. Maybe some heavier rain coming up from France into East Anglia and South East England. A few showers to the northwest of the country. Temperatures still, for many, running a little bit below average. Whereas the weather's quiet here on Wednesday, the same can't be said across the western side of the North Atlantic, where we've got an exceptionally strong jet stream, probably the strongest I've ever seen actually, with winds 265 miles an hour. Very fast flights are expected this week going from the US to London. But this incredibly powerful jet stream is also responsible for developing an incredible area of low pressure. This low pressure is going to explosively deepen as it journeys across the Atlantic towards our neighbourhood and out to sea. At its peak strength, the winds are expected to gust well in excess of 100 miles an hour. Those are out to sea, of course, but this is going to be a weather bomb. A weather bomb is where we get a pressure drop of 24 millibars or hectopascals in 24 hours. This storm system, the pressure drops probably in excess of 60 millibars or hectopascals in the same time. It's a double bomb, an incredibly powerful system. Before it starts affecting our weather on Thursday, there will be another area of low pressure bringing wet and windy weather across the UK, followed by a mixture of sunshine and showers across western areas. It's on Friday that we start to feel the impacts from that incredibly powerful storm. The big question mark, though, is how strong the winds get, because it will be past its peak strength, this low pressure, as it works into the UK. Nevertheless, I would still expect some severe gales across the UK on Friday, and so there is the potential that we'll probably see some weather warnings issued over the next few days. Again, things could change a little bit, but it looks like it could be quite a stormy end to the week.
Maz isn't watching sci-fi, she's escaping Sunday doom.
Shall be an outpost of the satanic...
Katie's not watching crime drama.
Are you sure you're not coming, love? We'll be a wench down.
She's making her own family seem normal. Nice. And Dad isn't desperately searching for a kids' show. He's calling in the backseat negotiator. Whoever you are, wherever you stream, BBC iPlayer.
Find your morning focus. Bring calm to your afternoon.
And drift off to sleep.
With music to unwind your mind. Ask your smart speaker
to play Radio 3 Unwind.
Vibrantly brilliant animation in 35 minutes, family fun with the Book of Life. First, Lift Every Voice. The Book of Life is next on BBC One.
A new decade brings change to Poplar.
I'm your midwife. The more you tell me, the more I can help you. It was everything. Everything this job is meant to be.
The new series of Call the Midwife continues tonight at 8 on BBC One and iPlayer.
Welcome to my big show! Oi, oi, oi. Michael Sheen's phone! This is my life! That was so dramatic. Is he laughing?
The new series of Michael McIntyre's Big Show continues Saturday at 6:50 on BBC One and iPlayer.
I really love you, Marianne. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm seeing someone.
Oh, how long?
A couple months.
I've heard you're a bit of a nosy Parker. You know what happens to nosy Parkers, don't you?
Femi, are you for real right now? You will never be one of them.
Box sets to stay in for. Watch now on BBC iPlayer.
It's Sunday afternoon on BBC One. Sean still with you live. You better be ready. That Eliminator is no joke. Gladiators is on the way. First, sit back and enjoy some movie magic.
I'm reinvestigating some of the most dramatic chapters in British history.
Oh, yes, it turns very dark here.
Get closer to the truth. Lucy Worsley investigates. Watch now on BBC iPlayer.
Great British Menu is 20 years old. To celebrate, we're holding a banquet at Blenheim Palace.
I can't wait. I'm excited.
To honour the very best of British.
I just want to put it all over me like sun cream.
Great British Menu starts Tuesday the 20th of January on BBC Two and iPlayer.
Maria with you for a blockbuster final this Sunday afternoon. And after a magical Masters maximum, who will raise the trophy aloft? Wilson versus Murphy live on BBC Two.
Four more contenders ready to show us what they're made of.
I want taken out of prisoners.
We're going to be introducing a brand new gladiator. Any words for our viewers?
Gladiators Series 2 continues Saturday at 5:50 on BBC One and iPlayer.
One of you will win an extraordinary power that could turn the entire game on its head.
I want to make it to the end with you. I don't trust her, and she shouldn't trust me.
The Traitors continues Wednesday at 9 on BBC One and iPlayer.
The Six Nations begins across the BBC.
Well, even though we're on to a new series, this show will always take me back to 1992. Nimble nostalgia at its best in Gladiators. Routine this January, make it fun with Radio 1's Workout Anthems on BBC Sounds.
Are we really going to do this now?
Are you ready?
Ready?
All right!
Awesome.
Right here and now.
May I?
I've been waiting for this. Exciting!
What brings you here? Let's go!
Wow.
Hold on! Pull my finger. That looks fun.
It's coming!
The home of all your family favourites. Watch now on BBC iPlayer. Welcome to my big show! Oi, oi, oi. Michael Sheen's phone! This is my life! That was so dramatic.
Is he laughing?
The new series of Michael McIntyre's Big Show continues Saturday at 6:50 on BBC One and iPlayer.
I'm reinvestigating some of the most dramatic chapters in British history.
Oh, yes, it turns very dark here.
Get closer to the truth. Lucy Worsley investigates. Watch now on BBC iPlayer.
Here, delve into the durable landscape of Dartmoor with Countryfile at 6, to the deep dark blue with BBC One Now, with the inhabitants are surprisingly colourful.
The Six Nations begins across the BBC.
In the beautiful Spanish village of Mocklin, Alan and I are at it again.
Hola! We're transforming a derelict townhouse
into a fully functioning B&B.
I love Spain.
It's lovely and peaceful, isn't it? It's our biggest and best project.
You're so positive. Or naive.
A Mandarin Alan's Spanish Job. Friday at 8 on BBC One and iPlayer.
Due to the snooker's early finish, an extra treat on BBC Two with the Hairy Bikers.
The more you listen, the more you see. Great minds don't think alike. They challenge each other to think differently. They disrupt, teach, collect, travel, synthesize. They're workaholics, eccentrics, revolutionaries, visionaries. From Malcolm X to Marie Curie, Socrates to Seishon Argon, join me, Naomi Alderman, for inspirational stories of great minds that thought nothing alike. Human Intelligence. Listen on Radio 4 and BBC Sounds.
Another crop of Flog It valuations coming up in half an hour on BBC Two after Magical Marine Moments with Chris.
Contenders ready to show us what they're made of.
I want taken out of prisoners.
We're going to be introducing a brand new Gladiator. Any words for our viewers?
Gladiators Series 2 continues Saturday at 5:50 on BBC One and iPlayer.
The Hammonds are here. I'm hitting the Florida highways with my son Aidan.
Let's go.
Yes, I do! We're on a mission to prove you don't need big bucks to have big fun, Babs. $4.99 for these. I love it! Yeah. Bye-bye, winter blues. Sunshine State, here we come.
Alison Hammond's Florida Unpacked starts Monday the 27th of January on BBC Two and iPlayer.
Great British Menu is 20 years old. To celebrate, we're holding a banquet at Blenheim Palace.
I can't wait. I'm excited.
To honour the very best of British.
I just want to put it all over me like sun cream.
Great British Menu starts Tuesday the 20th of January on BBC Two and iPlayer.
Hit the slopes with Ski Sunday in 45 minutes on BBC Two after Flog It.
I really love you, Marianne. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm seeing someone.
Oh, how long?
A couple months. I've heard you're a bit of a nosy Parker. You know what happens to nosy Parkers, don't you? Femi, are you for real right now? You will never be one of them.
Box sets to stay in for. Watch now on BBC iPlayer.
Do you believe in ghosts?
No. No, I don't.
I saw things I cannot explain.
Whether you are team believer
It could be a coincidence, but what if it's not?
or team skeptic,
What you're describing should be impossible.
When you see something, you realise it isn't impossible.
I'm Danny Robbins, and this is Uncanny.
Starts Friday, 31st of January on BBC Two and iPlayer.
The Six Nations begins across the BBC. This is BBC One and the news now with Anna Foster in Tel Aviv and Clive Myrie in Washington.
As the Israel-Gaza ceasefire begins, 3 Israeli women held hostage by Hamas for 15 months are freed. Relatives of the hostages celebrated the moment they were released, and Emily Damari was reunited with her mother. The truce finally happened after a delay this morning. Palestinians have been returning to the cities they fled. And President Biden, on his last day as US president, has welcomed the ceasefire, saying this region has been fundamentally transformed.
After so much pain, destruction, loss of life, today the guns in Gaza have gone silent.
Also on the program, final preparations here in Washington for Donald Trump on the eve of his inauguration as president. The celebrations have already begun, with thousands of supporters expected in the Capitol despite freezing temperatures.
Hello. Well, it really has been a cold, cloudy day today. And for this evening as well, a lot of cloud, some thicker cloud spreading in for a time as well. It should be largely dry, though, just the odd spot of drizzle where the cloud is thick enough, and temperatures dipping down to low single figures. So it means for tomorrow morning, it's a cold, cloudy start to the day, but a greater chance of some brighter spells breaking through the cloud into the afternoon. But where the cloud is thick enough still, the odd spot of drizzle, and temperatures tomorrow reaching around the low to mid single figures. Looking further ahead, it does remain largely dry for Tuesday too. Some mist and fog in the morning, clearing to some brighter spells into the afternoon. But from Wednesday onwards, it does become more unsettled and a bit milder as well.
Well, there's more on our website, including why the Hungerford Bridge is getting a revamp. I'm back after the 10 o'clock news. Have a good evening.
Hello, sunshine for a lucky few today, but for many it was another grey day and a rather cold one. Let me take you to Yorkshire, where frost remained on the plant, temperatures not getting above freezing all day long, and it does lead into another cold night tonight. There will be a few changes though. This evening across Western Scotland, Northern Ireland, cloud and outbreaks of rain will start to push their eastwards, keeping temperatures up here. Still lots of cloud elsewhere. Any cloud breaks will see temperatures drop well below freezing, but most of us hovering either side of that freezing mark as we start tomorrow morning. Bit of drizzle, maybe a few snow grains around too. Now for Monday, as I said, cloudy, cold start, but Northern Ireland, Western Scotland should brighten up quite nicely through the day. The cloud outbreaks of rain into southern Scotland, northern England, North Wales will dominate then later, so quite a damp day here. The odd spot of light rain elsewhere further south, but generally another cloudy day. And whilst we could get it to double figures in the west, temperatures in some eastern areas could struggle again to get much above freezing. Changes into Tuesday, only small in that we'll still have that weather front tangled across parts of northern England, Isle of Man, North Wales. Maybe the rain turning heavier at times. Western Scotland, Northern Ireland, some showers pushing in, bit of sunshine away from them. But with some dry air coming off the near continent, we might see a few brighter breaks across the south at long last. But the cloud thickens up here as we go into Wednesday, some rain around. And then from Thursday onwards, potentially some stormier weather in the forecast. I'll have more details on that though on Country File, which is next. See you then.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
It's always nice to win.
And will, to the best of my ability,
make America great again.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
I raised my right arm and started shouting, fight, fight, fight.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
Join us tomorrow for live coverage of President Trump's inauguration on BBC News from midday, with a special programme from 3:30 on BBC One and on iPlayer. The more you listen, the more you see. Great minds don't think alike. They challenge each other to think differently. They disrupt, teach, collect, travel, synthesize. They're workaholics, eccentrics, revolutionaries, visionaries. From Malcolm X to Marie Curie, Socrates to Seishon Argon, join me, Naomi Alderman, for inspirational stories of great minds that thought nothing alike. Human Intelligence. Listen on Radio 4 and BBC Sounds.
Welcome to my big show!
Oi, oi, oi.
Michael Sheen's phone!
This is my life!
That was so dramatic.
Is he laughing?
The new series of Michael McIntyre's Big Show continues Saturday at 6:50 on BBC One and iPlayer.
Stories through the sands of time retold in Called the Midwife at 8 tonight here on BBC One. If the rugged landscapes could talk.